A carry for Bryce Love, the fourth-rounder from Stanford. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
6 down. Check 6, 81.
Now a quick pass to Richardson. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! My 52. Come. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
To throw is Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line. Here we go. Hey, hold on. It's our deal. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. On the ball. Hey, Mike 52.
Now Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Trey Flowers. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
36. No, check that. We want Mike 52, right? Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Hey, Mike,
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 37. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
A carry now for McKissick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Hey, give me radar. SOS.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Antonio Brown. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Push him back. Check. Watch out. Slam.
Now the second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And Geis is going to be stopped short, as he did not get the push he needed. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Agnew now to return. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Lions will take over.
Set.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stafford toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant, and it's 3rd down.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got to bracket it out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. Stafford. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Jones on the return. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down all the way inside Detroit's 20. A huge play there for Washington. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. On 1st down, here's Love. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to...
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner, Darius Slay. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And now this pass brought in by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. It's caught. Jones. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
It's a gain of 20. And the Lions.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. From the 36, Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Keep playing hard, fellas.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Let's go.
First down, Detroit.
Set. Yellow 80. Yellow 80.
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Flushed out right. They'll try and run it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ready. Blue 60. 10. Hey, Alpha.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. On the return is Jones. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Set, blue 60. Check 56. Defense 21. Mike 50. Hey, Mike 7.
On first down, Stafford here. Escaping the pressure right.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't begin.
Throwing again. Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater for the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Single. I got 11. Hey, pick your...
To throw again, Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Eli Harrell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They'll run with McKissick. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more. Snap! You waiting? Hey, Mike 20. Watch the run. Zero. Drill right. 22. Hey, Mike 20. Hey, Zoo. What happened?
3rd and long. It's Stafford. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check. Lucky.
The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Tackle.
Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. On the return, here's Agnew. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Again, it's Johnson.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He completes it to Bryant. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Give him 6 yards in the first down. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's going to look deep. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Antonio Brown. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Complete. Richardson has it. 11 yards there. First down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point good by Prater, and that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
You go tight. You got tight. You
back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Jackson now. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. It's taken to the 26. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we share that.
We enjoy it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
55, Mike. Hey, Orbit. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
Now Stafford. Got a man. It's Brown. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Middle. Slam. Check. Kill. Check.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. He'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson, he'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Love. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Squeeze, double. Let's go. Hey.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He's got it complete to Thompson. There he goes, left side. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey. I got him.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. Complete to Bryant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
Hey, 22.
Stafford going to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Get ready. What? Joker.
Here's Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. He's at the 30, 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And that one travels out of bounds. So a bad break there, and that will thwart any chance that they had of coming back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Love. Tracy Walker in on the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Jackson. Now a desperation throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
43, Redskins 14.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Throwing is Stafford. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Double right. Alert.
Throwing here, Stafford. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. One last shot for Jackson. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Detroit, the win is a good one for morale, but little else as they move to 3-8. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.